How's it going, everybody? I'm Newbie Dave and welcome back to my Minecraft Let's Play series. To get started today, I want to do a little bit more work to connect the beautiful crop fields that we put in last time to the rest of my little base over here. I did a little bit more work on this between episodes because in the previous episode I'd mentioned wanting to put in some lighting over here, and then I totally forgot to do that. So I went ahead and did that between episodes. I used some acacia fences and some dark oak, stripped dark oak logs, and then hung some lanterns from them. I didn't do this on top of every water block just because I thought that would have been excessive. And then I hung a couple lanterns on the back wall for a little bit more lighting back there. And also, it just looks really good. I like it. Same thing with the lanterns on the front here. It's both for lighting and effect. And I'm missing one lantern in the back over there. So we'll take care of that as we finish the rest of this. I also started to outline a little path that I want to build. So I said I want to connect my base to the crops. And I'm really just going to take this wall that we've been building and extend it around this way. So that's what this is. So I also found a lot more sugarcane. Went exploring in my boat and found a lot of this stuff, enough to finish filling up my farm. And so all of my crops have been doing really good. I was able to harvest my crop field once, and it looks like it's about time to harvest it again. But I'm not going to do that right now. So some of this work I actually did on Discord. I will sometimes just hop in and just stream while I play on Discord. And so if you would like to join my Discord server, then you can experience that from time to time. I don't do it a whole lot. I don't do it between every episode. Just as the mood takes me, I'll think, this is something that, other people might enjoy getting to see. It's never usually that specific. It's usually more just, I'm in the mood to stream, so let's stream. And, usually it's like resource gathering or tidying up. I'm not going to really be building a whole lot of stuff off camera. I'm going to do most of that here on YouTube, but every now and then I might prepare, set up for the next episode, and might stream while I do that. So yeah, hop on my Discord server and you might get to experience that from time to time. I will also throw out a shameless plug for my Patreon. I hate doing that because I'm not in this to make money. I'm not trying to get rich and famous off of this. I enjoy playing games and sharing it on YouTube. But I also do have a Patreon, so I will from time to time just mention it. And I love Patreon, not just as a creator, but I think it's a great concept in general. There's a couple of people that I support on Patreon. I just think it's a really good way to support the people that you enjoy watching them make content or whatever it is that they do that you enjoy what they do. So I've got a couple of different tier levels starting at $1 a month, which is pretty low. Pretty accessible to anybody, and going all the way up to $25 a month. That's how you get your name added to the end credits of my videos, a shout out once a month. Those come from different Patreon tiers. So if you're interested, I would encourage you to check that out. So yeah, not doing anything super duper fancy here. It's really just the exact same wall pattern. I'm going to throw some lanterns or torches on this to light this area up, keep this whole area safe from spawns. And then on the front here, I will probably put a gate to keep the baddies out. I didn't really do a gate over here because it's easy enough to just climb over. But I think on the other side, a gate makes a lot more sense because it is an actual path and not just a wall. So I need to go grab some cobblestone because there's a couple of little columns that I missed. Holy cow. No. Somebody made a comment. I forget who, I apologize, but I left some of my food on the campfires over there and forgot to collect them, and it despawned. I was like, oh no, my food despawned. Someone made a comment that my my beef didn't despawn, but rather my cow seeds finally grew because there was a cow in my base right after that. I thought that was funny. I am very, very easily entertained, you guys. All right, so I wanted to do a little cobblestone column right there before it steps down. Even this probably isn't going to be enough fences. It's going to be close. Oh, it's going to be extremely close. One extra. That's awesome. All right, so here we have our nice little hallway. I'm going to go ahead and turn all of this into path blocks. Sometimes I like to mix it up with the paths and do like a variety of maybe some path blocks, maybe some gravel, maybe some coarse dirt. But I think for this one, I'm just going to do path blocks for the entire thing. And now that I look at it, I don't know. Because it connects to this path over here, which was part of the village. This is the path that came with the village, even though it's outside the village. That's why I did the whole path blocks. I'll just leave it. There may come a point where I say, you know what, I'm tired of the path blocks. Let's throw in some grass or something else. But for now, let's just leave it. Like I said, I do want to come back and probably put in a gate on the other end. For now, I'm not going to mess with it because even if stuff does spawn down there, I'm going to spawn proof the entire length of that little hallway passage area. And so nothing will spawn inside of the walls. And yes, it's possible that something could spawn on the outside and make their way in. It's a long ways for the AI to just have a mob wander before they get into my base. So I'm not super worried about working down there and turning around and here's a zombie coming towards me. Not worried enough to make it a priority right now. All right. Wow, that looks really good. That looks really good. I think I need a little bit more lighting. I don't think the lanterns where I how I have them placed is going to sufficiently light everything. So let me just throw in a few more torches here or there. I may go replace those with lanterns at some point. But for now, that looks really, really good. Also, I love that it's on the west side. Stuff that you can build facing either east or west, it's going to look really good when the sun sets or when the sun's rising. So having this on the west side with the sun like setting right down this new path that we built looks really cool. All right, for the rest of today's episode, I am probably going to have to split this up into two parts because we will finally be working on our first true build. That's not just putting in walls or placing some, job sites, workstations. I want to build an actual structure that will eventually become our enchanting room. And I want to build it right here. And the reason this is probably going to be two parts is because since I'm not doing any cuts anymore, it's going to take a long time to break down this house, level out the terrain, build the structure, get everything set up. It's just going to take a while. And some of you might enjoy a 2 or 3 hour video, but I don't want to make a 2 or 3 hour video. And oh, you know what? I can't. Oh, I need to move that villager. I've got a villager in that house. I need to move him before I break that house down. Where are we going to put him? I just blocked him off from the rest of the base. You know what we may do? We may just like throw him into a cave and just block him off. Let's see. Once again, I'm going to do this at night so that I can place a bed to move him. Yeah, let's do this. Let me just kind of dig back into here a little ways. We'll put a torch, a bed. This feels so wrong. We'll get this guy out of bed. We'll steal it. And I'm going to go ahead and like block this off so that he can't escape somewhere I don't want him going, but also to keep baddies from getting in here. Come on, dude. Get out of this house. Go to your cave. I will push you all the way there if I have to. Looks like that's how it's going to be. All right, there you go. Have fun. You know what? Let me actually mark this off with terracotta, because I guarantee I'm going to finish this episode and forget that there's a villager in the cliff over there. Sorry, dude. So we'll put that back. I need to replace my shovel and my axe. Start with the axe. We'll make some more sticks. And then we'll get a shovel going. Alright, so let's go to sleep. We'll finish tearing down this house and then get started on this new structure. And I have no idea how long it's actually going to take. Somebody knows there's a villager in there. Someone who's not going to get to him. Yeah, I have no idea how long the structure is going to take to build. I'm just incredibly confident it's going to be longer than an episode, especially since we started with some other stuff. Also, for all the times that I've said over these past few episodes that this is not my permanent base, this is not my long-term base, it just might be turning into that if I'm starting to build new structures here, rather than going somewhere else to get started. But as I was planning for this little pathway that I just built, I really like having that sort of cleric temple building on the other side. I like where it's positioned. I like the path sort of wrapping around it. And I thought it would be really cool to have a nice structure on this side and then have like an arch or a bridge that leads across the pathway over to that one. I'm really playing off the multi-level, the multi-height aspect of this village and this space. You know, there's a lower level with my crafting area. There's the upper level with the living area. There's a house above that, more houses above that. And so I'm really trying to leverage that in this new design. And so that's why I'm building a new base or a new structure for the base here, rather than going somewhere else to get started on a more long-term base. But I guess you don't have to have just one base in Minecraft. I'm going to shut up for a while I finish breaking this thing down. So you may also notice that my jungle tree is missing. I tore the whole thing down because the structure that I'm planning on building is bigger than the house that we just broke down. And so I'm pretty sure I'm going to need this space. Not this whole space, but I do need to expand back into this corner a little ways. And even though I don't anticipate butting up to where the jungle tree was, I just didn't want to have this build like super close to a giant jungle tree. I would rather just fill this whole area in and do something else with it. Yeah, so I'm not going to worry about the path blocks. Some of that is going to get built on top of, and then whatever is left out in the open, I'll just break it up afterwards. Also, when we're done, probably going to have to tear down part of this wall to make an entrance into that building. That's okay. All things we'll deal with when we get there. Getting a lot of terracotta from breaking down this village. Alright, so let's see. What are we going to be using? I'm going to need a lot of deep slate. Oh no, probably more deep slate than I've got here. Yeah, definitely more deep slate than I've got here. Tell you what, there's a couple things I need to do really fast. I need to go get some more deep slate. And I need to pull up my cheat sheet, my screenshots that I took of sort of a prototype of this design. So let me go do that really quick, and I'll just sort of wipe back into the future. So give me just a sec. All right, so I think I got all the supplies that I needed. It turns out there was also some wood that I was missing. I'm using a couple different types of wood, so I had to go get that. Just because I'm not trying to do a whole lot of edits in my videos doesn't mean I'm not going to spend time, preparing. So let's talk about our build palette first. This palette is mostly going to be cobbled deep slate and dark oak. It's going to be accented with calcite and some polished diorite. I haven't polished it yet, so I've just got the raw diorite. And then we'll also throw in a couple of spruce decorations here or there. This calcite, Affinia and others were correct in that I can't get up here, but those mountains over there, they have veins of calcite running through them. And oh boy, do they have veins of calcite running through them. I got 3 full stacks and I didn't even scratch the surface, literally, because it runs kind of deep. So yeah, I've got all the calcite I'm ever going to need in that mountain over there. Plus tons and tons of iron and coal. It's amazing. I've also got... no, I don't. I've got some sand cooking up over here, which we're going to use for glass later. And then a couple decorations that we'll use on the inside and outside of this build once we're done with it. So let's get started. I'm going to be using a lot of deep slate bricks. And some of these will end up cutting into stairs and slabs and stuff later. But let's start with just the bricks, and we'll get kind of the basic shape of this structure defined. So let me see, it's going to be, I think 11 blocks wide. And so we need to figure out where the entrance of this thing is going to be. I want to leave some space on this side. Maybe the corner will come out to here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks away from that corner. So let's also come 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks away, which I think is going to be right there. I think that's the corner, which there's not actually going to be a block there. So let me delete that one. Let's see how this is going to look. Let me see. We'll do that, then that, and then that, and something like that. Yeah, I think that'll work. We'll end up modifying this wall when we're done. So we have an opening here with an entrance to get to the building. So it won't be closed off, and it won't be like right behind this pillar. But yeah, I think that's good. Unfortunately, that means that hill back there is gonna have to get pushed back because this thing, it's 11 blocks square. So we need to go back quite a ways as well. I'll worry about making this tidy, making it look nice later. Although I'm going to start by at least replacing this stone with dirt. I'm also going to go ahead and trim my bamboo and replace my sword while I'm at it, because I'm going to need a lot of sticks for this build. So yeah, let's get a sword. I've been using my sword a lot, going caving. Just general out and about. I've actually been killing a lot of sheep, you guys. That's why I switched to mutton instead of beef. I've been getting a whole lot more mutton. So I figured I would just sort of eat that and keep cooking and saving up beef until I run out of mutton. And then I'll switch to cooked beef. But yeah, my sword has been getting its hours in. Okay, so let's come back over here. I'm going to turn some of this into slabs now. And here's kind of what I want to do. I'm also going to get some tiled deep slate walls. We're going to have some walls to mix up the palette just a little bit so it's not all the exact same type of block. And sun's going down. So what I want to do, let me just go and get all of my, because I'm going to be using a lot of different blocks at the same time. So let me get them all on my hotbar and we'll sleep. Okay, so here's what I want to do. This is actually going to be the corner. And in the corner, we're going to do dark oak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then right next to that, we're going to do calcite. And then more dark oak next to that. I'm going to be taking lots of fall damage this episode. And then we're going to do some deep slate there with a slab right there. And then we're going to do these tiled deep slate walls to sort of frame the calcite. So I want the calcite to kind of, it's accenting the build, but I want it to sort of be framed and drawing attention to it, and not just something that's sort of blending into the background. So that's going to be one corner of this wall. We're going to do the same thing on every side. So we'll do this over here as well. I'm going to try to do this in a way that doesn't take as much fall damage. There we go. Yeah, so the actual corner piece is going to be empty, which is going to give this a nice sort of rounded corner look to it. So we're going to do the same thing over here. Just like that. Put slab there, slab there. There's already a slab down there, so I'll put a slab there and then some walls in between. I did something wrong here. Yeah, this is coming out too far. My bad, I miscounted here. Yeah, so that is the dark oak that is going to be that corner. I forgot that each corner is sharing a dark oak. There we go. Something kind of like that. It's looking good. Now on the front side here, all three of the back walls, so the side wall, the back wall, and the right wall, are all going to be the same design. The front's going to be a little bit different just because it's the entrance. It's where the door is. So let's see. We're going to do this. I'm going to do a dark oak door. We'll do that right here. And the door, the wall, the middle of the wall where the door is going to be sort of inset so that the corners stick out like this. I think that looks really nice. And then right above this, we're going to do calcite. And then we're going to do this sort of plus sign or cross shape. Let me Let me go get some scaffolding, because I've got bamboo, I've got string, I can make some scaffolding, and I'm definitely going to need that for this build. So we'll get some of that, we'll get some of this, we'll make some of those. Probably not 78, let's just make a regular amount. I say that like there is a objective normal amount of scaffolding, and anything beyond that is just obviously excessive. All right, so we don't need all these doors. It's unfortunate that you have to make doors in batches of 3. So we'll get up here, we'll do another calcite there, and then we'll sort of frame it in deep slate like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and break down the scaffolding just so we can see this wall a little bit better. Above the door, I'm going to put some slabs like that. And then I want to create this sort of arch effect on top of this. So let me get some stairs. I'm going to need a lot of stairs in the end, so I'm just going to go ahead and make all these as stairs. So we'll do upside down stair there, upside down stair there. And then let's get back up top. Let's go around to the inside. That way we're not blocking the view with the scaffolding. I'm going to put temporary block there, and we'll put a slab right there. So we're going to end up putting something around the top of this later. But for now, I just wanted to go ahead and get that put in. So, I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and open this up so we can kind of step back and see this. Yeah, so that looks good. That looks really good. I like it. So we're going to do the same sort of effect on all the other sides as well. But they're going to be a little bit different. So we're going to do... I turned all of my tiled deep slate. Not tiled deep slate. All of my deep slate bricks. Not bricked. Whatever they... These things. Yes, deep slate bricks. Okay. I think we have established long ago that I can't remember the names of things. So on the sides, we're just going to do 1, 2, 3. You know, on the front, this is where our door would have been. We're just going to do 3 blocks like that. And then we'll do the next corner over here. Do I have any dirt? Yes, I do. Let's go ahead and sort of fill this area in a little bit. So this is going to be the back corner. This will be the back wall. And then the other back corner, like that. And then 1, 2, 3. So, not necessary at all, but since these are on the outside, I'm just going to go ahead and dig these up and replace them with just regular dirt. That'll also give the grass time to fill in. This other stuff inside, we're going to do some stuff in the inside later, so I'm not going to mess with that right now. All right, so go ahead and throw some slabs in the middle of each of these corners. And then we'll do our dark oak and calcite pillars. We get some more dark oak over here. Probably some more calcite too. And for this, if you want, you could probably do strip dark oak. You could probably do spruce. I really like the dark oak, the dark oak with the deep slate. They're both a very dark, rich color, and then the really bright calcite sort of contrast with that. I really like this palette. All right, so that's all 4 of our corners. Well, the inside of our corners. We still need to do the outsides here. So I'll do that. We'll do some walls here. And you know, if you wanted to do something a little bit different on each wall, kind of mix it up, add a little bit of variety, That's also great. I'm going to come back later and I'll do some variations on some of these corner pieces and some of the sides and everything later when I'm done. I don't always stick to this, but as a general rule, I kind of like to do the basic structure first and then come back later and do some detailing, even if it means replacing some blocks that are already there with other blocks. To me, it's easier to just get the whole thing built first. All right, I think that's all the corners done now. So let's go check on our glass. It should all be done. And I'm also going to throw in this clay so we can make some flower pots later. So we'll get that cooking up. My cove over there is just absolutely infested with what are the squid? Yeah, squid. So I got tons and tons of ink sacs in like 5 minutes. Took no time at all. All right, so in each of these sides, we're going to put some black glass. Like this. And the black glass is really going to go well with the dark palette that we're using here. There we go. Let's take a step back and look at the sides. Yeah, so this is looking pretty good. So to sort of round out these sides here, we're going to do the same thing that we did above the door. We're going to do upside down stair there, upside down stair. I'll get up top in a little bit and we'll put a slab above that. But then we also need to do something down here because just having the arch on the top, I think looks a little bit funky. So we're going to sort of repeat that arch down here like this, but that also looks a little bit funky. So we're going to do some upside down stairs in the corners. So we've got upside down stair with a regular stair on top of it, upside down stair, regular stair, and then a slab in the middle. So that creates a nice little variety of depth on this side of the wall. You've got the walls here, the stairs, you've got this little opening on the bottom, you've got this window in the middle. And it really frames the window very nicely, I think. So let's do this on all three sides. All right, and then let's get back up top. And I said we're going to do some more stuff up here. I'm going to go ahead and do this now because it'll help me place those slabs. So each of these dark oak corner pieces, I'm going to bring these up by one more. And then we're going to do a row of dark oak logs going across each side here. Nice. Now we have something to place these slabs on or against to create those arches. Yeah, so let's take a step down. Yeah, so that's looking pretty good. We've got a cat in the window. Cat approved. Yes, I like it. I like it. I think we're going to have to leave this side open pretty wide just so we don't cut off the view, because the front is going to look really nice when we're done, and we don't want that to be hidden behind these fences here. Okay, so let's go up top now, because we're not done up here. Although I need some more supplies before we go up there. Even more dark oak. And we're also going to need some more deep slate. This might be enough. Let's just bring all of our deep slate, dark oak. Bring my stone cutter with me so we don't have to come back down to cut more blocks. So for each of these corner pieces, we're going to go up 1, 2, 3. I hope I have enough dark oak for this whole build. I think I do. Yeah. So we're going to go up 3 like that. And then on top of each of these, I want there to be a dome on top of this. But it's kind of hard to put a dome, which is circular, on top of a rectangular base. So we need to do something to sort of start the dome. And what I'm going to do a slab there. Then right next to that, if I can, let me just put a temporary block there to place this one on. I'll break that. And then, let's see, I'm trying to check my cheat sheet here, see how I did this. I think we're going to do an upside down stair with a slab in the middle right there. And we're going to kind of repeat this over there. Something is off here. Oh, I know what it is. Yes, the whole thing. The whole thing is off. So these dark oak corners are not in the right place. This whole thing needs to be inset by one more. This little, I don't know, ring, collar, whatever you want to call it, that's in the right place. So I think to get the rest of it where we need it, I need to go ahead and do the middle layer. I was trying to do the whole outside first and then we'll work on the inside, but I think we need to go ahead and do the middle layer that will go between the top and the bottom. I feel like I'm missing 2 dark oak. I had a full stack and then 2 extra. Where'd my 2 extra go? I'm being kind of stingy with my dark oak right now because I think this is all I have. Did it fall on the ground? Yeah, there's one. There's the other. Okay, we're good. All right, so I'm going to need to make some dark oak slabs. And we're just going to go all around the inside up at the very top with dark oak slabs. Which means our ladder is going to have to move, or our scaffolding. And actually, while we're at it, let's go ahead and make a ladder. Because this is how we're going to get up and down to the second level. So let's replace this one and we'll put a ladder right here. Yeah. And then we're going to do one more level, one more row of slabs on the inside here. Ah, 3 short. Oops. Okie dokie. All right, so let's go back inside briefly. There is a material that I'm missing. Let's get some stone. We're not going to use a whole lot. I really like the deep slate and the dark oak and the calcite as the main palette. But on the inside, we're going to do something a little bit different. All right, my stonecutter's in my inventory. You know what? Scratch that. We'll come back to that. This falls under more the realm of decoration. Let me finish the outside build first. Okay, so this is like... Technically, it's the roof of the bottom level, but it's also the floor of the second level. But the second level is not going to have any walls. We're just going to have these dark oak pillars, and these are going to be in the corners on top of the slabs. That's what I was missing earlier. Now we should be able to do slab there. Do... That wasn't where I wanted to go. There we go. All right, so it creates this nice little arch thing right there. It's not much of an arch, so let's sort of enhance it a little bit more with some upside down stairs on the bottom. That's a better arch. That looks good. All right, so now we're definitely going to need our stone cutter. Did I leave that down there? I put it back. Why did I put it back? Oh, because I was about to cut those stones. Let's use scaffolding instead of dirt. That makes a lot more sense. Other than the fact that you can't crouch on scaffolding, which drives me nuts. So we're just going to do one of these arches on every side. I am running very low on deep slate, but I think we're almost done with deep slate, so we should be okay. Let's get a few more slabs, and then I think we're going to need 4 more stairs. There we go. So let's go back down and sleep. I think we're done cutting stuff. Oh, come on. So I think we're done with dark oak. I think we're done with our deep slate. So let's get back up here, and now we can put our dome on top, because we've created this sort of rectangular base for the dome, which is going to give us a place to start from. And it doesn't matter that the dome is going to be circular, because it's going to fit within this rectangular base. So on top, just start with any wall, it doesn't matter because it's going to be round. We're going to do 3 blocks there, 3 blocks on that side, and then we'll do a temporary block and place 1 in the corner. And then we're just going to do this on each side. 3 blocks on top of this deep slate base. Temporary block next to that to put a block in the corner. We'll do this all the way around. All right, now for the very top, this is easy. We just need 1 temporary block. And we're just going to fill in this whole top. Everything that is exposed right below it. Like so. So this is a very, very small structure to try to create a dome. So it's a very small dome. But we get the effect that we want. Wait, let's go take a look at it from the ground. And if we take a step back, yeah, so I know it looks kind of like a dome, right? Yeah, it's close enough. I think having the deep slate arches below it really helps say this is a dome, not just uneven levels above it. So it's sort of like a bell tower look almost. Oh, I like it. I like it. All right, let's replace this guy now, and we'll do a little bit of detailing. So right now everything is very matchy-match. It's all sort of the same sort of stuff. So we're going to grab a handful of polished diorite, And just every here and there, we'll replace some of this calcite with polished diorite. And they look very similar, but it adds enough variety to the texture to sort of break up the calcite look. And if you want, you could do it like in the middle on every side. You could skip a side if you want. It's up to you. I like to do it sort of randomly. Although humans are really bad at randomness, and so what we think is random generally has some sort of pattern to it. But I digress. And then we'll go up top and we'll do the same thing up here. So on the actual dome itself, we'll replace some of these with calcite. Not a whole lot though. I don't want to do like half and half. Maybe just a piece here or there. Maybe like on the corners, we'll do one right in the middle. And then maybe that corner right there. Which is actually going to be really hard to replace now. There we go. Okay. So let's hop back down. We'll take a look at that. Yeah, so the polished deep slate just adds a little bit of variety to the calcite. Kind of breaks up the monotony. All right. So as promised, I guess not promised. Promise isn't the right word. As mentioned at the beginning of this episode, I think this is a good place to stop. We're already getting pretty long, and there's still a lot of work to do to this. We have to do more detailing on the outside just to add some more variety, make it look, right now it looks good. We need to make it look fancy. And then we also need to do the inside. We need to put in a floor, put in some decorations. This is going to be in our enchantment room, so we need to get an enchanting table put in, some bookshelves, some lighting. So there's still a lot of work to do to this. So I think we're going to wrap things up here. So thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm looking forward to wrapping it up next time. Hope you are too. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button. And while you're down there, feel free to subscribe so you'll get notified of future episodes as they come out. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time.